Plenty of horrifying stories and myths circulate the internet about the dark web, but are they really true? From generally harmless social forms to disturbing criminal activity, the dark web has pretty much everything, and it's all happening right under our noses. It's difficult to separate fact from fiction, especially when dealing with seedy underbelly of the internet. However, there's plenty of things that we do know for sure. For instance, the deep web itself is not illegal, but some activity on it can be. We are here to set the record straight, clear a few things up, but also reaffirm the fact that the dark web can be a terrifying place. Here are 8 stories of the dark web. The first story is 4chan. With a raunchy and disturbing reputation, most people have at least heard of 4chan. While 4chan itself isn't dangerous or frightening, the fact that its message boards are completely anonymous allows for people with truly dark natures to show their true colors. In fact, it was the gruesome nature of certain anonymous 4chan users that led to the suicide of Katie Robinson. In 2018, she posted on the message boards and received cruel feedback about her weight and appearance. Traumatized, she killed herself a few months later. A user named Killer Jeff appeared, posting frightening image of himself. The image is a clearly photoshopped, twisted version of Katie Robinson's suicide photo. No one ever determined who Killer Jeff really is, and the legend grew a life of its own on creepypasta, where users theorized Killer Jeff is really Katie's ghost, hunting 4chan forever. The second story is about a guy who watched a video on the dark web and liked it so much he left a comment on it. Later when he went back to watch the video again, someone had left a reply for him. That's pretty normal, right? However, the comment in question addressed him by his real name. That's terrifying, but the last one of these takes the cake without any doubt. First, let me say that anyone new to Tor or the dark web should read up a bit and take some precautions before they just start browsing sites willy-nilly. You really aren't as protected from being outed as you may think. This is what a guy learned the hard way after being on Tor for just 20 minutes when he suddenly received a phone call with no one on the other side. Okay, that could have been pure coincidence, but we will never know. And that's creepy, you know. The third story is experiments on humans. We all have heard about the experiments performed on animals for medical purposes, but experiments performed on humans are certainly unheard of. In the deep web, people have seen various sites that are known to perform experiments on human beings. All kinds of weird experiments are listed on the websites, and they are performed by admins or people working for those sites. There is a popular site, but I won't be mentioning its name. There are such horrible experiments listed on the site which will make you cringe. They have warehouses all over the world where they perform such experiments. Some of the worst things listed on the site include injecting bleach into pregnant women, making people starve for prolonged periods, sterilization and exposure to radiation, and you may hear many deep web stories like that. The fourth story is Five Guys. There are numerous reports of the dark web hitting a little close to home. Some users have bad experiences where personal data has been leaked within seconds of visiting dark websites. One user said they were browsing photos on the deep web on Tor. They took a break and went to fast food chain Five Guys for lunch. When they returned, they jumped back on the deep web forum that they were browsing that morning. The first picture they saw was a photo of themselves eating at Five Guys just minutes earlier. The fifth story is about growing membership in popular AIDS fan clubs. This is probably one of the strangest things we've seen related to the dark web. When asked, what was the sickest thing you saw, referring to the dark web, one Reddit user replied with a screenshot from an AIDS forum. The screencraft messages contain explicit descriptions of sexual encounters, and it seems that the user involved in conversation get off on passing around the AIDS virus. It's seriously a strange hobby of sorts. Reading through it really makes you question the sanity of those involved. The internet sure is a strange place, especially when people feel like they are completely anonymous. The sixth story is about a student who can ruin your life. Imagine if you were a teacher and one of your students was attempting to hack you. That's what one Canadian teen was trying to do. It's also believed that the teenager might have been running an infamous dark web forum called Hell Forum. The forum is a haven for hackers and other online criminals. It's a place where data and personal information is posted by hackers. You can imagine having your personal data posted on the dark web for all to see. In a world we are comfortable posting nearly everything online, this is still shocking and making us really uncomfortable, especially when we think of a teenager running this kind of thing. The seventh story is Sad Satan. Holy hell, what's more disturbing than walking down badly lit hallways while Hitler yells at you about Germany's prosperous future? This pretty well-known story from earlier this year was brought up by the YouTube channel Obscure Horror Corner, reporting that the game had come from a deep web link that subscribers had sent him. The game featured demon children and the awesome extra feature of leaving you text files on your desktop about Satan. After the channel stopped posting the videos of the game and no one being able to find it on the deep web, most people have ruled this one a hoax by the channel, with them creating the game, file this one under true stories and shit I'm never installing. The 8th story comes from a man said, "It was my 3rd time on the deep web and I was just looking around at sites. I found this one guy's homepage and on the sidebar I saw a link that said for journalists and people new to the deep web. I clicked on it hoping that it was interesting and helpful information. A new page opened and pictures started to load. Thank God for my slow internet because all that loaded was the head of an old Asian man with blood on his chin. I quickly closed the tab before the rest of the image loaded. To this day I wonder what the whole picture was, but at the same time I'm thankful I didn't see it." Finally, after talking about these 8 stories, my advice for you guys, don't even think about going there because it might be very scary and very disturbing and you might be getting yourself into troubles. So please stay out of that. And finally, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'll be posting maybe daily videos, maybe 3 times a week, I'm not sure yet. Thank you for watching, see you later.